a matchup we have for you. Part of what makes this the best sport in the world, a rivalry game. A time where no matter what the record or the season outlook, a win in this one solves all problems and gets you those valuable bragging rights. Welcome, everyone, to Michie Stadium, home of the Army Black Knights. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Air Force Falcons, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Black Knights will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Air Force's offense will have first crack at this one. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
The Falcons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Run it with the fullback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do. Because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Michie Stadium, alive. A wall of cadets trying to urge on their fellow soldiers on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. There he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
So Army's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he makes the extra point. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
And if you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Fullback's got it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
A lot of times offenses will do the FIB, formation into the boundary, try to take advantage of you necessarily spreading out, sending more resources to the field, try to take advantage. Offense gave it a whirl, but the defense, they did not move. They did their assignments, got the TFL.
Now the toss. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Air Force. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
This option play puts so much stress on a defense because if the pitch guy ends up getting the football, there's usually only one defender left to make the tackle. If that guy doesn't get him down, he's gone. And that's what you just saw in that play.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And the Black Knights with the 1st and 10. Got a little space. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. That's exactly what you'd expect from this brave old Army team getting it done on the ground.
Yeah, they know who they are, they know what they want to do, and they're going to run the football at you early and often in this football game.
And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up. The Black Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. He leaves it with his back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on 1st down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Got it in the middle. It's Napier. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Black Knights have taken it inside the 20. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Back to the ground with the running back. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. The Black Knights didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Extending the play. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Army!
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Slithers into space. Gets it past the marker. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Falcons come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Backed up now. Here's second and long. The option look. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Deep shot for the end zone. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Falcons will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Napier. He's got his man. He's loose down the left side. Past the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Black Knights!
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Goes to the option. Got the first down. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. Dating to the days of the great Fisher to Berry at Air Force, you need a great ball handler at quarterback.
And that's not something you say about every university. Obviously, Air Force is different. It's unique. It's more about running the football. It's more about the option consistently. So you got to have a guy
turning it on. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired.
Yeah, it was explosive, but shoot, Reese could have run through that hole. I mean, it was wide open. He didn't have to break anybody's ankles. He didn't have to run through tackles. I mean, just great blocking up front and horrible, horrible defense.
And it's picked off at the goal line. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. And the Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to set up the screen. Past the 45. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
The Black Knights are flying down the field. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Black Knights really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's complete to the left. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the fullback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Black Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
That's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the 1st half. Before then, they can get another score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Army!
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Well, now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Falcons trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Jones wants to throw it. With the catch, it's Harrell. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. A look out over the Hudson, and it looks calm. It is not calm in Michie Stadium on this third down. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Napier. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hand.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Snags it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Black Knights. They've got the lead, trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
All right, Kevin about ready to get things cranked back up here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll operate out of split backs. They'll go to the ground. Quick spin on the ride. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, finally the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself with the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs, and this play caller is still asking for...
There he goes. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And the Black Knights have their offense in high gear. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
To the air on second down. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. He's got him this time. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. The Black Knights, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Making side adjustments here. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Punts it out of the air. Touchdown, Army! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Here comes the option. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over.
Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And it's another 1st and 10 play. They'll send the back in motion. Jones to throw. And the defense got him at the 27.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
On the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Then after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Punt is in the air. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, quarterback trying to get aggressive, trying to take a shot deep down the field, but just not on the same page with his wide receiver as the pass falls incomplete.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
But when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on 3rd down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
Leaves it with the back. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Black Knights look to keep this drive humming. They'll give it to him again. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line to pick up of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. And it's no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. Johnson looking to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early.
This much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the tight end. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
And he just chucks it into the fourth row. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. UTSA has been blitzed from the opening kick, and as you can see, the score right now is a lot to a little. They're trailing by 14 to Florida Atlantic.
Johnson wants to throw it. It's complete on the right side.
We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And the Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. Turning it on. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
A huge gain. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
They were trying to hit the corner on that loss, but the defense refused to lose contain. The Falcons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's McNeil. And the defense drags him down.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Flushed out of the pocket. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Black Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Motion from the back. On the option. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Creates a little space. There he goes. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. It ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Black Knights come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
They'll take a knee as they keep draining the time off that clock, now under a minute to go. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And they'll take a knee. It'll be 3rd and long. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer.